I have just received word right after I got out of the shower. If you can quote me at the time, I am. This time right now that I'm recording this is 9:53, 9/10/2014, day before 9/11, 10 o'clock at night. And the president, if you want to even call him the president of the United States of America, has just said that he is okaying attacks, United States attacks in Syria against ISIS. Now this is the same phony, crony president who has claimed to be the leader, and a strong one at that, of the most powerful country in the world. He has claimed to be a leader because he is not one. This is the same man who, if I remember correctly, in the beginning of his presidency, prided himself. One of his main things against John McCain, who's the first guy he was running against, if you remember all the way back in 2008, one of the first things he talked about was the fact that he was going to get the troops out quicker than McCain, because people were tired of the war, right? I bought into it. I was young. I was stupid. But what did he do? He waited. He knew he couldn't pull the troops out. But what did he do anyway? He still pulled them out after a 4-year delay. And then ISIS came in and swept right in right after we left. And now ISIS has control of the area we tried to bring peace to for years. So, what does ISIS do? Then they go and they behead 2 of our journalists. Oh yeah, that's true. So, of course Obama is going to actually take action for the first time in his presidency and actually decide to do some military strikes against them. Except they know that's going to happen. They knew that was going to happen. That's what they want to happen. They want the United States back in another war against terror because we just got out of one. We just ended Al-Qaeda, and that took us 12 years on itself. More. 13 years. The amount of time that took was ridiculous, and that was because of a lot of things. A lot of reasons, a lot of flawed military. But to say that we're going in again is the worst thing you can do. You know what you should do? You know what should happen? Cut off all communications. Communication, cut off trade, cut off transportation, cut off fucking absolutely cut off any kind of money supply, weapon supply that is going in those regions. And you leave them out of everything. Israel is our only ally there. And we won't even protect them anymore. We are blessed in this country because we bless Israel. If we curse Israel, we will no longer be blessed in the eyes of God, and that is a fact. And the way that this president is going, and the way that abortion is still staying around and is still legal, God doesn't look over this country like he used to. God doesn't protect us like he used to. But to keep this out of a religious conversation, that'll be for another day. The people there hate us. The people there look at us and hate us. They hate Americans. They hate our military. They hate what we represent. Do I give a shit what they think? No. Go ahead if they want to hate us. They can hate us. We're trying to help them. They don't look at it as help. Okay, get the fuck out and don't help them anymore. Cut off everything that you have been giving them, that you've been trying to do. And also, by the way, stop trying to train Iraq or Afghanistan or Pakistan to have a military after you put in some democratic government that gets overthrown in 2 years by the next dictator or next whoever the fuck that comes up out of nowhere because he's got money and he's got power and he's a terrorist. And they want him in because they want the United States out. And what do the terrorists want to do? They're going for the long run. They don't care about their own lives. They care about killing other people, making the United States waste more and more and more and more money. Because that's all we're doing, is we're wasting money. Now, you can make the argument that these people pose a threat to our national security, and that is a good argument. But they won't fuck with us if we're not there in the first place. They won't give a shit if we're not there. And I hate to say, you don't want to wait for something bad to happen to do something. Because it happened already for us. And that happened one day in the future from today. 1 day from today, 13 years ago. We waited too long, and they hit us first. But to say that even more Americans need to die in this war that has been so ineffective, so unbelievably expensive, and just over the top ridiculous, to say that more Americans need to die for that, I don't see why. Let ISIS control these shitholes of Earth. Let ISIS take over the land. Let ISIS take over the people. And when they want us, and they want ISIS out like they wanted Saddam out, we won't be there this time. Let someone else do it this time. Because we tried when we took out Saddam. And what did they do? They turned their backs. And back to the training militaries. How many times have we trained militaries for them? For those militaries only to, A, when they see the enemy coming, throw down their weapons and refuse to fight. AKA that happened at Benghazi with multiple ambassador protectors protecting the compound in Benghazi, which is a whole nother discussion I will absolutely get into in a very short amount of time, because there was just a fantastic documentary on Fox News about Benghazi, which was also happened on 9/11/2012. But anyway. Or B, they join the terrorists. Or supply them. That's C. How many times have they actually helped? They're not effective like United States soldiers. They don't care. I'm tired of American I'm tired of American soldiers dying for the idiocracies of our leaders. Our leader, our commander-in-chief, and I'm air quoting right now, you can't see it. Because the only thing Barack Obama has ever commanded is a golf course, and even there he's not good. Tired of the death, tired of the destruction, tired of Americans dying in places they don't need to die, in places we don't even need to be in the first place. They don't want us, we don't. If they don't want us, and they continually don't want us, then we shouldn't feel a moral obligation to be there. Because I feel more of a moral obligation to my neighbor than to some people in Iraq that burn American flags in the streets. Or Syria. Or Pakistan. Or Afghanistan. Or Iran. Or any other of those places. Because they don't just hate our government. They hate us. And I take personal offense to that. You know who I see in the White House? I see a coward. That's who I see. I see a man who not only will admit when he makes a mistake, but will continually make more and more and more mistakes, not only to cover up his old mistakes, but to act superior, to act powerful. I see a man who just is so far up his own ass. I see a man who doesn't know how to lead a country. And I'm not claiming I could do any better. But I know as sure as hell wouldn't go the same route he's going and make these same bonehead mistakes over and over and over and over again. His 6 years in the presidency seat over the last 6 years have been the worst in American history. And that is backed up by a lot of facts. That's not... The national debt is not the government's debt. It's our debt. It's the people's debt. It's how far down the rabbit hole we keep going. And this administration has not only made it the worst, has made it worse than all the other administrations combined. Why? Because they're doing the wrong thing. If they were doing the right thing, our economy would be better. Our inflation would be down. our people would be living better. Our military would be home, protecting the home front. Racism would not still be an issue. So many things. So many things that continue to burden and to bring down this great country are here because we have a lack of leadership to solve the problems. Because excuses are put on top of excuses, band-aids on band-aids. That was a quote from my last thing I wrote last time, because it's prevalent again. This next presidential election is so important. It's 2 years away, but it is so important that the right people even get nominated, which is most likely not going to happen. But if we have another president even close to the way this one is, this country will not only not be a superpower, it won't even be a unified nation. Everything our brave Americans before us, all the blood they've spilled, the time, the effort, the lives, the years that they sacrificed, for us to just throw it away under one man who promised change. You know who else promised change? Adolf Hitler. He promised change. The Antichrist will promise change. I'm not saying Barack Obama is either of those two, but I am saying he is the worst leader in United States history. Thank you.